today we have to start with the another economic importance of bacteria, that is serum. We have already discussed about antibiotics, so today we will discuss about serum. So what is serum? Serum is actually blood plasma minus fibrinogen. Then what is blood plasma? So if you take the blood and when you remove all the blood cells, what are the blood cells? That is the RBC, WBC and platelets. So after removing the blood cells from the blood, what is left? That is plasma. And from plasma, when the fibrinogen is removed, what is left? That is serum. Okay, so fibrinogen helps in the clotting of the blood. So somewhere in the definition you will also see that the straw colored liquid which separates out from the clot. So after clotting, whatever fibrinogen was there was utilized in the process of clotting. So the straw colored liquids which separates out from the clot is serum. So don't get confused now. Okay, so blood minus blood cells, whatever is left is that is known as plasma, and from plasma when the fibrinogen or the blood clotting factors is removed, what is obtained? That is serum. So serum contains the antibodies and the antitoxin. So as the term suggests, anti it means against, bodies. Which bodies? Then the pathogenic bodies. Pathogenic bodies may be the bacteria, maybe the virus, maybe the fungi. Antitoxin, toxin it means the poisonous substance. So the substance released by the pathogen, maybe bacteria, virus or fungi or some other organisms which may cause the diseases. So such poisonous substance is known as toxin. And for these bodies and toxin, whatever substances formed by the WBC of a body to neutralize their effect, neutralize the effect of the bodies, neutralize the effect of the toxins is known as what? Antibodies and antitoxins. Okay, so toxins and antitoxins. So toxin is a poisonous protein which is released during the growth or after the death of the pathogenic bacteria. Okay, and then what is antitoxin? This is the proteinaceous substance produced by the animal body which reacts with the toxin and neutralizes its effect. Okay, so from which part of the animal body? That is the WBC cells, white blood cells. So that is why white blood cells is also known as the anti-terrorist squad of our body, which helps us to fight against different disease causing factors or disease causing agents. Okay, then what is the mechanism for the preparation of serum? So first of all, a small dose of bacterial toxin is collected and it is introduced in the healthy animal's body. Okay, so as the bacterial toxin will be introduced in the healthy animal's body, the healthy animal body will start to prepare for toxin. What is prepared? That is antitoxin. Will start to prepare antitoxin by its WBC cells, which will neutralize the effect of this toxin. Okay, then the several injection of the same toxin will be introduced in the animal's body, and then the blood of the animal is collected. Now this blood collected from the animal body will have the already prepared antitoxin. Okay, so from this blood the serum will be obtained and this serum will be containing the antitoxin. Now if any individual or any animal will suffer from the same toxin, this antitoxin prepared in the laboratory by this method will be introduced to that person, and the neutralization process of that toxin will become easy and fast. Okay, so this is how the pharmaceutical industries are preparing the serum for different types of toxins. Now what is the use of serum? You must have heard about anti-venom or antidotes. Okay, antidotes. You must have commonly heard about it. So, snake bite treatment. What happens in this? Anti-venin is produced from the blood of the horse. It means, for a particular example, the snake venom is collected, and that snake venom will be injected into the horse. When the snake venom will be injected into the horse, the blood of the horse will start to prepare the antitoxin of that, or anti-venom. Venom is what? The poison secreted by the venom gland. Okay, like salivary gland, snakes have the venom gland, and through that venom the poisonous substance secreted by it is known as venom. So anti-venin. Okay, so this horse will prepare the anti-venin to fight against that poisonous substance introduced through that injection. Okay, and then the serum from this horse blood will be collected, and which can be used in future for different persons suffering with the snake bite or treatment of the snake bite. Okay, so this is how the serum is used. Now, first, human insulin production. Earlier, the person suffering with diabetes insipidus. There are two types of diabetes: diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus. So diabetes type 2 diabetes, that is diabetes insipidus. The human cells, there is a pancreas gland in digestive system. You must have studied about pancreas gland, and pancreas gland has four types of cells: alpha cell, beta cell, gamma cell and delta cell. Okay, so by the by the beta cell, insulin hormone is secreted. Insulin hormone is secreted by the beta cells of the pancreas, and this insulin hormone regulates the glucose level of the blood. If it will not be there, the level of glucose will rise in the blood, and if it is there, the level of glucose will be maintained normal in the blood. Why? Because this insulin will collect the extra amount of glucose from the blood supply, and it will convert it in the form of glycogen, and that glycogen will be stored in the liver as the stored form of food for animals. Okay, so the gene responsible for the synthesis of insulin hormone is first of all identified from the human pancreas cell. Now that gene, with the help of two enzymes, very important in the field of genetic engineering, two enzymes, one is restriction endonuclease and the other enzyme is DNA ligase. Okay, DNA ligase. So restriction endonuclease acts as a scissor for the genetic engineering. So it will cut that part of the genes which is responsible for the synthesis of insulin. Okay, in the earlier class only we have seen that plasmid is the vector in the field of genetic engineering. Plasmid acts as a vector in the field of genetic engineering. So this is bacterial DNA, and this is the plasmid of the bacteria. So in plasmid part also, that portion will be removed with the help of restriction endonuclease enzyme. So, and in that removed part, the gene responsible for the insulin hormone synthesis will be added with the help of DNA ligase. So DNA ligase acts as the glue for the genetic engineering. Okay, so this plasmid is now having the gene for the synthesis of insulin, and it is this plasmid is now the recombinant DNA. Why recombinant DNA? Because it has the foreign gene which is responsible for the synthesis of insulin hormone. Okay, and why we have selected bacteria? Because the rate of reproduction in bacteria is very high. Within a half hour or less than half hour, bacteria multiplies its number into more than 2. So this bacterium now will be known as what? Recombinant bacteria. Recombination, it means cutting adding, so that is why recombination. Okay, now this bacteria will multiply at the fast rate in the fermentation tank, and when the bacteria will be multiplied at the fast rate, the production of insulin will also be higher, and this is how, by the help of genetic engineering, the human insulin was produced, and the people suffering with diabetes are able to lead a normal life. Okay, now serum also helps in the treatment of genetic disorder, that is hemophilia. There are two types of hemophilia, hemophilia A and hemophilia B. 83% people are suffering from hemophilia A, and 17% of the people are suffering with hemophilia B. Hemophilia A occurs due to the lack of blood clotting factor 8, and hemophilia B occurs due to the lack of blood clotting factor 9. Okay, there are altogether 12 blood clotting factors produced in human, which acts as a ladder reaction. Okay, like factor 1 will join with factor 2 to form factor 3, factor 3 will join with factor 4 to form factor 5, like that. Okay, so if there will be breakage at any of these steps, this clotting will not be possible. Okay, so hemophilia A occurs due to the lack of blood clotting factor 8, and hemophilia B occurs due to the lack of blood clotting factor 9. So it is a genetic disorder, but with the help of genetic engineering and serum technology, these diseases are also curable these days. So hemophilia A is a X-linked recessive disorder and caused due to blood clotting factor deficiency of blood clotting factor 8. And hemophilia, this you don't have to study. Hemophilia B is also a X-linked recessive disorder, and it is caused due to the lack of blood clotting factor 9. And these blood clotting factor, again with the help of genetic engineering, can be synthesized in the laboratory, and the people are able to be cured from such genetic disorders. Okay, this is all for today. Thank you everyone.